Tonight, from Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos taking on Trey Lance and the San Francisco 49ers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Denver Broncos. We go from Denver. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now here's Trey Lance leading this 49er offense onto the field. Some very big expectations for the second-year signal caller.
San Francisco opted not to throw Trey Lance into the fire right away, bringing him along slowly last season. He still drew 2 starts, though, and showed flashes of his huge dual-threat potential in both. Almost 100 yards on the ground in a tough one against Arizona, and 280 total yards in a win over Houston. No bringing him along slowly in year 2. The keys to the car are officially his.
Right out of the gates, Lance going to the air. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. A first carry for Elijah Mitchell. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. And Lance now to throw. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Now here's Russell Wilson, 11th season in the league. First, of course, with Denver after a high-profile trade this offseason that saw him dealt from Seattle.
The Denver Broncos knew exactly what they wanted when they acquired Russell Wilson. They wanted to bring in a quarterback who was durable, consistent, and a proven winner to take a talented roster back to the postseason. And Russell Wilson, he was all of those things in Seattle. 1 losing record in 10 seasons, missed only 3 games in that time, and made 9 Pro Bowls.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos. at their own 27. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Previously the understudy to Noah Fant, Albert Okwuegbunam finally gets a shot at the starting job in his 3rd season in the NFL. Plenty of us remember his 4.49 40-yard dash at the 2020 Combine, so we know he's an athlete and can really stretch the field if they use him right in this offense. I'd say that play right there is a nice illustration of what to expect.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing again here, Wilson. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. He's got room at the 30, and they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Let's face it, the focus is going to be, at the end of this play, on the big-time gain, right? He lined up on the left and worked his way all the way to the right before the perfect pass found him. But how about the offensive line and the protection to give him enough time to work his way all the way across the field?
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon there. And it's 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. And that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Fourth down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal. The kick by McManus is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves out that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw complete here to Ayuk. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. Nifty move. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
3 yards remain for second down. On second down, here's Mitchell. Oh, look at the juke. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On first down, they go back to Mitchell. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Another run with Mitchell. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
Here's Lance to throw it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum, because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. To throw, it's Lance. He's got it. Touchdown. Trey Lance finding Deebo Samuel, and the Niners have taken the lead.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Montrell Washington on the return from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Nick Bosa using that speed to get in there and break that play up.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now it's Wilson.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
57.
To throw is Wilson. Steps away. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down.
I think every player in the NFL would want to come back from injury, as Nick Bosa did last season. 15.5 sacks, 4th in the NFL, after playing in only 2 games the prior season due to a knee injury.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Now it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. Holding defense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos.
Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. This goes to the tight end, Eric Saubert. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
This one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway. But the officials, they're going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's 3rd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down.
Albert Okwuegbunam, the intended target. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Wilson. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Eric Armstead able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he will have a Broncos first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in by Sutton. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, Wilson.
They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the Niners are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
So first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And he'll just get rid of it.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Wilson. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete.
And the Broncos are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a first and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing is Wilson.
That one thrown away from the pocket. And the officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you got to expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Javon Kinlaw, the big D tackle there to bring him down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Williams. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
That's going to be caught by Judy.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10.
Right at the 30.
Here's Lance.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. From the 39,
Lance.
That's Samuel, caught left side.
Lance on target to Samuel for a Niner first. First down, here's Mitchell.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go down as a loss of 9 on the 1st down play.
You see that celebration from him after that stop? Those corners don't normally have the chance to get behind the line of scrimmage and hand them big losses. So when he got that opportunity, he certainly made it a memorable one.
So now then, the big loss sets up 2nd and 19.
Lance looking to throw it.
Buying time to his left. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Just a gain of a couple there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Screen play setting it up for Mitchell. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. And this looks like a roughing call.
Ouch, you thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10.
They run over center with Mitchell.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down is.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Davis Price on 1st and 10. Down to about the 32.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell.
And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On third down, here's Mitchell.
And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Ready, 50, green.
A toss left side for Mitchell.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15.
Right back to Mitchell here.
He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
They'll run with Mitchell.
Able to slither by. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown.
Elijah Mitchell.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the 49ers have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Gold to add the extra point. And it's 21-3. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field.
The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos.
At their own 24. Now Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On 1st down, Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Good yardage there on 1st down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. On 2nd and a yard. Wilson
got an open man here, and it's KJ Hamler. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Gordon. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. Yeah, this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Broncos are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And Cortland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And it's the 49ers who recover it, and that ought to just about do it. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Come on, set, black, 95.
50's the mark. 50's the mark.
A shotgun handoff to Mitchell.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Once again, it's Mitchell.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
From the gun, a give to Mitchell.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Fourth down field goal try coming, so Lance is off, and on comes Robbie Gould.
On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
Now it's Gould after splitting the uprights to kick this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here is Wilson and the Broncos. Down by 2 touchdowns. 33 seconds to go. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out.
Now Wilson on first down.
He's got Gordon. And he'll get him a first down up past the 40 as the clock ticks on.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. But Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.